I'm Jennifer from Adult Services. If summertime boredom is starting to kick in, here's a fun little craft for grown-ups to make with kids, or just to make for the young at heart. These little fairy dolls use basic craft materials as well as some found materials from nature, such as maple seeds and acorn caps, and some of the materials may be small enough to be unsuitable for very young children. I'll go over what you need to make one, show you step-by-step how to make a doll, and you'll soon have a charming little doll for play or for decoration. Let's get started. The materials you're going to need for your fairy doll are 2 chenille stems or pipe cleaners, 12 inches long, 1 piece of fabric cut 2.5 inches wide by 5 inches long and folded in half, scissors, thread or embroidery floss, maple seed wings, or if you can't find these right now, you can use wire-edged ribbon about 4 inches long, a 3/4 inch wood bead for head, and I found these at, I believe, Joann Fabrics that already had the faces painted on them. If you can't find one with faces on them, then just find a couple of markers to help you draw in the eyes, the mouth, and if you want to rouge the cheeks, you can do that too. You'll want some yarn for hair, and I've already taken 6 strands of yarn and braided them, tied them off in the middle and at the ends. An acorn cap for the hat, and glue to hold it all together. So what you're going to do first is take one of your chenille stems and bend it in half. We'll just pinch that close so it's a nice tight bend. And then we're going to make sort of a W with it. So turn it so that your bend is at the top, and we're going to make a W with really long arms, like that. Actually, I think I want them just a bit longer. So we'll do this. That's the nice thing about using the pipe cleaners, is you can adjust that bend if you need to. So now we have a W, and what we're going to do is take your other chenille stem and put the middle to the bend in the W like this, fold it up. Now if you can start to visualize it, these are going to be the legs, and we're going to create the arms from this other stem. All right, that's a little more even. So what we're going to do is bring these out to the side and just wrap them. Kind of twist them around like a twist tie. And we're going to separate the top of the W, wrap these again, just to make that secure. So now you've got 2 legs, 2 really long arms. So we're going to take the ends of the arms, tuck them back into the middle, and then crease them. Let's tuck this one into the back. Or the front, whatever works. All right, now we're going to dress the doll, and this is where we take the fabric. Once you've already got it folded from this way, we're going to fold it this way now and cut out a notch here for the neckline. So that will allow you to slip this over the top. And if you think maybe it's a little too long, you can cut a little bit off. I'm going to cut just a bit off here. If you wanted to get fancy, you could cut kind of like a wavy edge to it. Or if you have pinking shears to get that zigzag edge, you could do that as well. All right, we want to tie this onto the body now. So you're going to take your embroidery floss, and you want a lot. So I'm going to unwind this. And we want about twice the length of your arm. I know, that's a lot. And we're talking about an adult arm here, so. But you need a lot because you're going to be wrapping this around the body and around the wings to keep it secure, and then have enough to tie it. All right, so lay that on the table, and then you can lay your doll on top of it. And we'll do one quick tie. It's not going to be a full knot just yet, just to cinch it in. You can kind of use your first fingers to hold it down just a little bit while you do that. All right, now you want to take your maple seed wings, and hopefully you've gotten one with a bit of a stem on it, because that's what you're going to tuck in to the floss so that you can secure it and then be able to wrap it around. Now, what we're going to do is, from here, I'm going to go over one shoulder and then cross down to here, come up this shoulder, cross over to the other side. It looks like we need to tighten that a bit. So let's all right, I'm going to undo that. And I think what we want to do is just go ahead and knot this to start with. You know, sometimes you try something, it doesn't work quite the way you wanted it to, so you can always just go back, change it up a little bit. It's part of the learning process. It's all good. And I'm going to knot that again in front because that didn't get it quite tight enough. All right, that's better. Now, from here, make sure the maple seeds are tucked in a little bit further down the back. They kind of line up with the arms there. See? So now what we will do is go over the one shoulder and just around that same arm. And then we're going to go up, cross over the other shoulder, and down. And we'll do that a few times. If you want, you can do that with the other end of the floss as well. Okay, so I'm going to bring that up to one shoulder, this up to the other shoulder, and then come to the back and tie a knot. And at that point, you can go ahead and trim that. Now you might want to play with how exactly you want to do that. Start in the back, maybe here at the waist, and put your knot down at the bottom. This isn't quite as neat as I would like it to be, but it's still going to work for now. So we've got the wings on, we've got the dress on. Now what we want to do is add the head. So you want your bead with the 2 holes in it, and we are going to add some glue. And we'll put that just right into that hole. And make sure you've got both ends of the chenille stems together and work that into the hole of the bead. And slide the bead down. Then we can trim off the ends. All right, we're getting close. We've got a head on. So now I want to add the hair, and I will glue around this hole at the top. And press on the hair. And then I'm going to add some more glue. And add the acorn cap. Now you're probably going to need to hold this down for a bit to make sure everything sticks together. But that is how you make a nature fairy doll. Now you can choose to make different kinds of tunics to go on the doll. You can just do long strands of yarn for the hair. You can leave the hair off if you think it's going to be easier to glue a cap on the top. Whatever you want to do with it, this is going to be your doll. It's fun to use some bits from nature, some scraps from your craft kits, and now you've got something where you can either have a toy for children, not too young of children, but for some children, or you could use it for decoration or to maybe add to a gift package sometime. It's all up to you. So I hope you have fun crafting this summer. Get creative with nature, and we'll see you soon here at the library.